All right, picture this. You're on a moonlit beach, old map in one hand, shovel in the other, hunting for that classic X marks the spot. But what if I told you there's a smarter way? A pirate's secret to finding a steady stream of treasure that doesn't involve breaking your back digging in the sand? Well, let's uncover this guide to a whole different kind of fortune. And there it is, right from the mouth of an old sea dog who's seen it all. He's not talking about some rickety wooden wheel on a ship. Nope. He's talking about a clever strategy, a repeatable process that can bring in income month after month. He calls it the Wheel of Fortune. So, as our salty pirate captain starts sketching the secret map right there in the sand for a couple of young treasure hunters, he lays down the first and most important rule. Honestly, this is the bedrock for the entire strategy. Rule number one is so simple, but absolutely critical. Before you even think about treasure coins, you have to pick a strong, trusty ship. In our world, that means a high-quality company, a business you believe in for the long haul. This isn't about some risky gamble on a leaky raft. It's about starting with the finest, most seaworthy vessels in the entire fleet. Okay, we've got our trusty ship picked out. Now it's time for the first spin of the wheel. And this, my friend, is where the magic starts. This is where you actually get paid just for making a clever promise to another captain. So, here's how it works. You find another captain, and you make him a deal. You say, listen, if this ship's value happens to drop to a certain price, if it runs aground, so to speak, I promise I'll buy it from you. And just for making that promise, that's it. He hands you a treasure coin, right then and there. In the investing world, we call that a premium, but treasure coin sounds way better. And that's all this first move is. It's called selling a put. Sounds kind of technical, but it's not. It's just you getting paid today for being willing to buy a fantastic ship at a bargain price sometime in the future. Now, here's the really cool part. Most of the time, the ship's price stays steady or maybe even goes up. It never actually runs aground. So what happens? Well, the deal just expires. You simply keep the treasure coin and you're free to go make another deal. You just spin the wheel all over again. It's an incredible way to collect steady income.
What trickery is this?
But what if the tide does go out? What happens if that ship's price really does drop and it runs aground? Now, this is where the pirate strategy is just brilliant, because it turns what seems like a problem into a huge opportunity. And this is the big question, right? It's the one everyone asks. You made a promise to buy the ship if the price fell, and now it has. So what now? Well, this is where you see the difference between a rookie and a seasoned captain. The average person, they panic. They abandon ship in fear, selling their amazing vessel for pennies on the dollar. But the pirate using the wheel strategy, he just grins. Because this isn't a disaster. This is the exact deal he was paid to wait for. He gets to buy that wonderful ship he wanted all along, but at a fantastic discount. See, ending up with a ship isn't a failure. It's the whole point of this step. You are now the proud captain of a beautiful vessel you got on sale. And remember that treasure coin you collected at the very beginning? Well, that makes your actual purchase price even lower. It's a win-win. Okay, let's keep going. Now you own this grounded ship. But you don't just sit around hoping for the best. No way. You put that ship to work, generating even more treasure while you patiently wait for the tide to turn. So while you're the captain of this ship, you make a new kind of promise. You turn to another captain and say, hey, if the price of this ship rises back up to a certain level, I promise I'll sell it to you. And guess what? For making that promise, you get paid another treasure coin right on the spot. You can do this again and again, just collecting coins while you own the ship. This second move has a name too. It's called selling a covered call. It's covered simply because you actually own the ship you're promising to sell. It's a brilliant, patient strategy that literally pays you to wait for the price to recover. And then, eventually, the perfect high tide does roll in. The ship's value rises, it hits that price you promised, and it gets sold for a handsome profit. And the absolute best part? Every single treasure coin you collected along the way, from that very first promise to all the ones you made while you owned the ship, it's all yours to keep. So, you know how the pirate gave the kids a scroll to remember the whole plan? Let's do that right now. Let's map out this beautiful, circular journey from start to finish. Here it is, the wheel in motion. You start, spin one, sell a put, collect a coin. If the low tide hits, you buy your great ship at a discount. That puts you in spin two. You sell calls and collect even more coins. When the high tide finally rolls in, you sell that ship for a profit. And then what?
You take all that treasure and you go right back to the beginning to spin the wheel all over again.
So, these are the pirates' rules of the sea. It's really all you need to remember. Always start with quality ships. Be patient collecting your coins. See a low tide as a bargain, not a disaster. And finally, start slow and stay steady. This is a voyage, not a race. You see, this pirate strategy isn't about fighting the market's tides. It's about using them to your advantage. It's a journey of patience, of cleverness, and of steady treasure. So as the old captain would say, fair winds and following seas. The only question left is, what treasures will your wheel uncover?